The law of the ledger, balancing debtor and creditor in equity. One. The two columns of existence. Every life in commerce is recorded in two columns, debit and credit. What most people never learn is that both belong to them. Every debt presumes a creditor, and every charge implies a charge back. But when one forgets the credit side, the system quietly collects the surplus. So what does that actually mean? It means you've been paying the bill and leaving your change on the counter. The law of the ledger isn't about money, it's about balance. In equity, no debt exists without an offset. The problem begins when the living man identifies only as debtor and forgets to act as creditor. Footnote. The law of equity presumes all obligations carry corresponding credits. Failure to assert credit rights results in forfeiture by silence. 2. How the system books your life. Every contract, loan, or transaction is double-entered somewhere. The bank keeps one side, the state records the other. Your signature becomes the seat of the ledger, it creates the asset and the liability in one act. So what does that actually mean? It means the system cashes both sides of your handshake. In UCC terms, the signature authorizes the negotiable instrument. The instrument is monetized as an asset, the obligation remains assigned to the signer unless a corresponding claim of credit is made. Thus, most people fund their own debts by omission. Footnote. A signed instrument generates both an asset and liability entry. Asserting the credit side requires notice and demand by the rightful signer. 3. Equity's silent rule. Courts of equity operate by a simple maxim: he who seeks equity must do equity. Translation: if you claim credit, you must also discharge debt. The key isn't resistance, it's reconciliation. Equity rewards balance, not battle. So what does that actually mean? It means you don't win in court, you settle the books. The skilled executor doesn't fight the debt, they balance it. They enter the court as creditor, not contestant, tendering performance or set off. The court, built on accounting, must then reconcile the record. Footnote. Equity proceedings recognize tender and set off as lawful discharge of obligations when presented by the creditor of record. 4. Restoring financial sovereignty. Freedom isn't found in escaping debt, it's in mastering it. The one who knows both sides of the ledger cannot be enslaved by paper. When you can convert charge into credit, signature into settlement, and claim into closure, you move from participant to principal. So what does that actually mean? It means you stop reacting to the balance sheet and start writing it. Equity begins when awareness becomes administration. The living being, acting as executor and creditor, reconciles their existence on both sides of the ledger, restoring dominion over value, law, and life itself. Footnote. True sovereignty arises from conscious participation in equity, where one manages both sides of obligation rather than serving only as debtor.